weekend of fun, cleaning up more stuff.
Week 4, we're not going to be doing a lot with the house today. Still getting things all squared away with the permits and everything. Also still waiting for my hydraulic hose for the tractor that I blew last week, so I can get that fixed and back in commission. So this week we're going to be doing a little bit of work around the shop. Christina is going to be cleaning
up the Christmas trees. All right, so I'm going to clean up in between all of the Christmas trees here. Just going to use the brush cutter and see where we get. Looks like a lot of work. It's going to be a very satisfying video to watch. Sean's going to do a time lapse of it. And then we are also going to do some power washing on the garage doors. Eventually we're going to be putting some stone in here and a gutter on. And Sean's going to be putting a light on the outside here so we can actually see. At nighttime it gets super dark, and as soon as you open the door you can't see anything. So that'll be really nice to have. But yeah, week of cleaning.
So we brought the hose along this week, so we're going to hook up the pressure washer and clean up all of the splashed up dirt on the garage doors in the shop and everything. Hopefully get some stone brought in from Home Depot or Lowe's or somewhere.
Our $500 Lowe's trip this weekend will consist of lots of stone. How many bags can we fit in the Tesla?
I don't want to overdo it. I'm probably just going to get like 8 bags at a time. Something light. Each trip I'm going to get a couple. That way we can spread it down on the ground and hopefully stop some of the rain water from splashing up onto the garage doors until we get gutter installed. But yeah, that's going to be like a 2 or 3 person job getting the gutter, and that can wait.
Oh, and look what else we bought today. So we installed a trail cam a few weeks ago just because we want to make sure there's nobody unwelcomed on our property and stuff, but we have a lot of regulars that we've noticed. We've got at least probably like packs of 10 deer that come through every single night. So we bought some goodies to keep them happy. I didn't know the deer ate rocks. I guess that's what this is. I don't know. It says trophy rocks, so that means it's going to bring us the trophy deer. And we got them a little salt lick here. So hopefully it keeps them happy and they give us some good stuff to look at on our camera.
So, apple lick.
Oh.
It says apple.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm excited to put that out. I guess we'll bring a wagon down there and clean that up a little bit.
Here's a couple pictures from the trail cam.
Yeah. That's a good one.
But yeah, so we're gonna keep the deer coming back. The trail cam was initially for security reasons, but it became more of an addiction just watching the deer every night. So.
Yeah, but it's super sensitive, and if the sun is shining, we had to turn the sensitivity down on it because it sends us like 57 pictures in 5 minutes of nothing. So, but yeah, it's exciting.
So while Christina is working on clearing up the brush back there in her pine tree patch or her Christmas tree patch, I am going to be doing some electrical work here in the shop.
Did you show your blueprints, Joe?
Yeah. I finally printed out a copy of the blueprints. But this is one of the things that I want to tackle. Yeah. I don't even know how to spell my own last name. Whoops. Well, this is one of the things I want to tackle today. Now, I always tend to be a little excessive when it comes to electrical, but this is excessive even for me. If you take a look here in the panel box, every single receptacle in the entire shop has its own 20 amp breaker. So, I mean, I appreciate the excessiveness, and every single receptacle in this shop should have plenty of juice, but yeah, we're going to be splitting off a lot of these lines and installing some more receptacles so we can have like maybe at least 2 receptacles per 20 amp breaker. You know, add 3 times as many receptacles, and I'm going to be combining a lot of these light switches. This currently is every single time we come into the shop. Come in, shut the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Every row has its own light switch.
But actually, it's kind of too much light with this one. See, like, just a little too much. But then if you want that extra, there you go.
We got our Dunkin' coffee.
Yes, always. Blueberry. My
Yeah.
blueberry coffee. All right. How many times do you think it'll take me to back this thing out of the shop here?
Hopefully one.
Let's see. All right, let's get to work. Ready? Break. Oh, look, it's going by itself. I don't even have to do anything.
Now you're farther in the garage than where we started.
It would probably be a lot easier to just take the damn wagon off and pull it out.
Just back it up, right? This video is going to be 2 hours long.
We'll have to have a few more training sessions. Someday I'll be good at. I can drive a tractor. I can drive the trailer. I can steer it. I can park it. I can do everything. I just can't back it up. So don't make fun of me. Watch out, Jackson.
So just in case you're wondering, I do know what I'm doing. I have a good bit of experience in construction. I've worked in construction most of my life. Started out in residential construction ever since I was a little kid, working with my dad in his company. And I went to Penn State for 6 years. I did 4 years of electrical engineering and then 2 more years in wood science. I interned with Huber Engineered Woods down here in Georgia while I was in college, and then I worked for Weyerhaeuser Truss Joist for a little bit before moving back home, trying out my career in sales, which I found out wasn't really for me, at the Harley dealership. And then I landed in property management before I moved from Pennsylvania. Now I currently work for a single-family residential real estate investment company as a renovation estimator. Why would anybody do this? Every single one has a flathead screw with the nut on the back. This is exciting. Like I understand you need something on the back. That's why the cover plates come with those little tabs that you break off that are threaded. But also, why flatheads? They shouldn't even make these things. All right, there we go. That was a little cruel and unusual. Now I'm going to unhook all of these so I can wire it the way I want. Watch this. Hey, babe. Can you hand me that? Can you hand me that?
Hand you what?
Ah! Just kidding.
Ah.
Just kidding.
You don't need me to hand you stuff?
No. I was just filming you. I had a camera set up over here.
Oh.
All right, so now what we're going to do, just so we can be sure which wires are the hot, I'm going to make sure that nothing is touching each other or the metal box or the grounds. And I'm going to hit the power back on and test. Holy sh! So we got the hot over here, and this one is not. Same thing in that box. Same thing in this box. Since we have 12-3 wire running to all the boxes here, and I'm combining, I'm just going to be capping off one of the hot wires in each box. Boy, let me tell you what. This electrician is not exactly my favorite person in the world today. But I'm getting it sorted out. I do appreciate having plenty of juice in the shop though. Got a little nick in the insulation when trying to pull it out of the Romex connector there, so I taped that up, and I'm using these red pieces here, these sleeves, keep it from shorting out on this guarded wire. This one's not really nicked through the insulation, but I'm going to put a piece of tape on it anyway. All right, now I got everything for the switches combined into these two boxes. So now it's time to wire in the switches. All right, I'll show you here real quick. On the first box, I got everything tidied up. I personally am a big fan of these, push to connect connectors. A lot better than twist-on wire nuts. But I have all of the hots for the different wires tied together. So these two will go into the one leg of the switch. And we got the hot coming from the box. I capped off the other leg coming from the box, and then have my ground wire. So let's get the switches wired in. All right, let's try it out. Much better. So now instead of 7 switches, we have 2. One for each half of the shop. Muy bueno. So since we have these extras here, I'm going to put in a couple more receptacles. I'm probably going to jump from here to here to stick in 2 standard receptacles, tie them into the GFCI, and then I will run one of the hots up through there. Instead of pulling out of the breaker box, I'll pull from there and then hook up our motion sensor light. So in case you didn't know, these tabs here are what you break off and use to go in the back of the side of the screws.
Break them off?
Yeah.
Did you shock yourself yet?
Nope.
Well, the electric's off, right?
Yeah.
Good. Smart.
All right, now that I got that wired up, I have this extra hot wire coming into this box that I don't need, so I'm going to find that in the breaker box and unhook it. And that's all there is to it. Now let's power back up and make sure everything works. Woo! Which one did that come from? If I had to take a guess, I'd say here. All right, I believe I found it. It looks like right up in here. Must nick through the wire and cause the short. So I gotta repair that now. So what happens when you try to cram 10 pounds of crap into a 5-pound bag. That's also why you should use these guys when you're using armored wire after you cut the armor insulation. That helps shield the wire from arcing. All right, should be back in business. You can see I bored out the hole in the bottom of the Romex connector, and got one of these sleeves inside of that too, as well as inside of the armored wire. So I got the wire taped up back in the hole, and hopefully we're back in business. All right, let's try this once more. Whew. All right, we're all on. Leave that off. Grab my tester. All right, we'll make sure these all work correctly. All right, we're all good. Now let's test the GFCI. Good to go. It was a little bit of a chore, but much better now. Although I did realize one small mistake that I have to correct yet. This receptacle over here is also on that switch, which I don't want it to be. I want that to be hot all the time. So I have to find that one in the box and just switch it over to the hot side of the switch, and then that should be good to go. All right, I got the light for above the door in the shop ready to go. Getting ready to install that. So I got the ladder set up here. I already marked center above the door of where I want the light to be mounted. So we're going to take the bracket up and mark where I want to drill my hole. Right about in here should be good.
What you doing up there?
Right, now that I have the wire ran out and the bracket mounted to the wall, time to fasten the fixture and hook up the wires. You hand me my little screw gun.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the
table.
view.
Huh?
Where's it at?
On the table.
All right. Eventually that will be the motion light that comes on at night where it's no longer black. What?
Got our trusty old pickup truck.
Yep. Second load of stones. We hauled 12 bags at a time of these babies in here. How many more do you think we need?
Like 80.
So once Sean is done dumping the stone, we've got our handy dandy pressure washer over here ready, and we're gonna get this cleaned up nice and white again, maybe, hopefully.
End of week 4. As I mentioned, we didn't do any work on the house because we're waiting on permitting.
And tractor parts.
Yeah, and a new hydraulic hose for the tractor, so I can get that fixed next week. But what we did do is cleaning up around the shop and Christina's Christmas tree farm.
You make it sound like it's like weird or something. My Christmas tree farm. I did a lot of freaking work on this Christmas tree farm this weekend.
I'll give you a little.
And I'm literally only halfway done, so. Here, should we walk back and show them the rest? So I thought everything that I did this weekend looked really good. And I thought that I got far with everything that I did, which I did. I got a lot done this weekend out here. Like, I really got a lot done. I hurt so bad. You never knew how much work it would be holding a brush cutter and just moving it and pushing a power button. But I hurt. My back hurts, my arms hurt, my legs hurt. But yeah, so this is the first half. And here's what I have left to do. I don't think we've shown everybody yet how far this extends back. I'd say what, it's probably an acre's worth? Maybe more?
Maybe 3/4 of an acre.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is the rest of what needs to be done. I came back here and I looked at this and I was like, oh, maybe I'm not that much done. But it goes pretty quick, so. I don't think we showed everybody back here yet either, with all of the oaks and stuff. So this is the opposite end side of where the house will be. So this is like the tunnel of oak trees coming up here. And I plan to plant Spanish moss going down this way. Are you turning the camera? So, all of these oaks here, and I will clean all of this up eventually. But yes, so imagine that with all of the Spanish moss hanging off of it. It's gonna look amazeballs. Hey look, we have another half pine tree here. Why do we have so many half pine trees? That's the second one. Oh man. Okay. But yeah, so we're working to getting the building permit this week. You think we'll be successful?
I hope. I gotta do the res check. It's a bunch of bull.
I don't know what that is at all. This is all you. So as soon as you get it though, we can be underway. And so that's what we're hoping to do this week, and then that means that next weekend, if we don't have, we got some tractor fixing to do, some more tree bulldozing to do, some more Christmas tree farm cleanup. And what else did you say you wanted to do? I really want to get this pile of brush over here. Oh, burning. So we also learned that in Georgia, in this county, I don't know if I think it's a lot of the counties in this state, from May to September, there is a permanent burn ban, unless if you're having a campfire or something. So that means we have until May to get a lot of our burning done, or we're gonna have a lot of bonfires in October.
So here's the shop now that it's cleaned up.
It looks brand new and amazing.
Yeah. Tessa's a little cleaner too today.
Yeah, we took her to the car wash, and we put stone down, but the stone looks really good. That'll help it from getting as dirty as it was again, right?
Yeah. Still got a lot more stone to bring in, but I started with just in front of the garage doors, so we didn't splash up mud as we were pressure washing, and it makes it a little easier running in and out with the equipment.
Yeah, so our weekend in a nutshell. It was a good one, and until next weekend.
Try not to get electrocuted this time.
Yeah, well, you didn't get
I'm
electrocuted.
just kidding.
Oh my gosh, I would have killed him if he electrocuted us. So. All right, we'll see you next weekend.